Hey guys, welcome back to the mill. We appreciate you. I tell you, we appreciate you tuning in. What we got today? Got a pile of pine logs here, and we got a mess of walnut logs here. We're going to discuss how and why you charge differently for doing the same things, because we're going to saw both these piles, but one I'm going to charge one way and one I'm going to charge the other, and we'll discuss the reasons why in just a minute. Okay, welcome back, guys. I get a lot of comments. I read a lot of wood miser posts, people asking how you charge, why you charge, this, that, and the other. There's no blanket answer. It's something you're going to have to learn. Trust me, it's something you're going to make a mistake on. At the end of the day, it's like, man, I should have done this different. I will tell you this. Don't undercut your own work. At the end of the day, if you feel guilty about what you charged, give the customer some back. But don't short yourself from the beginning. Now this stack of pine here is undersized. One of them's 8 feet and two of them 6 feet. I could technically charge this by the hour because it's shorter than it should be, but I'm not going to because of two reasons. One, it's great size. One of them will square out about 28 inches inside the bark, and the other two will do 26, 27 inches inside the bark. So they're big logs. And the second reason is the customer only wants 1.5 inch thick, no wider than 13-inch boards. So we're gonna hog that thing off in some big pieces. Matthew will run it through the edger, and we'll probably saw that maybe an hour and 20 minutes. So it's fair for me to make good board footage, and it's fair not to charge him 3 hours labor for that job. You hear the boys playing?
Yeah, this is what we deal with every day.
Okay, now let's talk about this pile here. There is no way, guys, that you can saw this pile of wood. I want to use another word, but no way you can saw this pile of wood by the board foot and make any money. Because this pile of stuff, if Matthew and I can get it done in 3 hours, I'll be surprised. One, it's short. Two, it's small. There's two pieces that you could almost call logs in there, and they didn't even cut the knots off of them. You know, they're just... Guy's been bugging me for months about walnut. He found this on Marketplace and went and bought it and come dragging it in here. And I told him, I said, man, you didn't buy nothing but a pile of limbs. So that's most of what this is limbs. And I explained that to him. Now, you always hear people say the customer's all right, always right. No, they're not, and I told him that. But if he wants to spend his hard-earned money having Matthew and I saw this, then we'll oblige. Our goal for the small stuff was to go put it up there. I'm gonna take a top cut, roll it over, take a 90-degree cut, roll it over to where it's got a 90-degree angle, and we're gonna cut 1-inch boards to the bottom. Live edge on one side, and we'll get what we can get out of it. The ones that's got bows in it, when he gets his board, it's gonna have a bow in it. It'll have one square side and a bow. But that's the best we can do. I can't make good wood out of not good logs, and these are not good logs. But we'll make our best effort. And to be fair to Matthew and I, you know, we run a business. I can't saw this wood over here and make an acceptable $1 per hour and then turn around and work this for 3 or 4 hours and make pennies on the hour. It ain't gonna happen. I'll tell them to take it home firewood before I do that. But I will cut it. But we have to maintain our business, and you'll have to maintain yours as well. And if you're happy with whatever dollar rates you're making, then be happy with it. But and that's what we did. I told the customer to do it, but it's going to be at this level. And if they were okay with that, then we're going to move forward. We're going to blow through it, make it go away, and some of it we're probably going to end up stacking on a pallet, make a layer, sticker it, make a layer. This big crotch knot you see it up here, we're going to take and saw that off and diagonal little cookies. We'll put them on a layer, several layers, and run them all. It's going to run through the kiln. Okay, enough talking. Let's get to explaining, and I will come back at the end and tell you how many hours it took to do that pile and how many hours it took to do this pile. Okay, Matthew and I, by hand, throw this little chunk up here. My goal is to take a top cut here. I don't care if it clears completely or not. We're gonna roll it over, take a 9-degree cut here, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna cut 1-inch boards right to the bottom. And all this will be live edge. Try to do that to maximize board footage for the customer and limit waste. So that's our goal. Let's see if we can adhere to it. Okay guys, it's been about 45 minutes since we started, and we've roughly got about 150, 60 board feet on this little stack here. By the board footage, it don't work out. And we was working a lot harder than we could stand all day long, just to be honest with you. We were getting it, turning and burning. But that's why you don't do this by the board foot. It's short pieces. We're cutting these little pieces out, craft pieces. I mean, we're salvaging everything we absolutely can. So that's it. I'm gonna drink a Mountain Dew and take a break, and we'll get right back at it. Okay guys, you just watched Matthew and I do this. I do not recommend you do that at home, okay? Matthew and I have plenty of years experience on the tractor, on the wood miser, being very careful, communicating with one another. But I want to get this up here to be able to get those little diagonal cookie slabs off there. There's not a lot of value here, so we're trying to maximize the dollars in it for the customer. And those diagonal walnut cookies will be gorgeous. So that's why I went to the extra effort. We're gonna take this one off, probably roll it up, then take this little knob off. Probably all the way roll it around, take this little knob down here. And then we're gonna try our best to make 2-inch live edge slabs out of what's left. So hang on, we'll be right back. Okay guys, you just seen us break this log down from start to finish. This is not your typical pretty round log. This one was a challenge. It had all those limbs. Yeah, we could have just whacked them off with a chainsaw and made a round log out of it, but that wasn't the goal. The goal was to get this pile. And for size reference, that's quite a pile.
It's still not done yet.
That's quite a pile of pieces that in every other circumstance would have ended up in our slab pile. And if it was pine, that's where it needed to go. But being this walnut, there's some value there. The guy's a woodworker. He uses a lot of small pieces. If he throws a piece of that away, he'll probably shed a tear. So that being said, the bulk of this log, he wanted 2-inch live edge slabs. And this was his financial reason. He's gonna try to sell these to offset the cost of buying the logs, paying Matthew and I to cut them, as well as we're gonna kiln dry them. So from a financial standpoint, he may end up with this big old pile of wood here for free if he can sell these, because these are gorgeous. They're on average 12, 14 inches wide by 10 foot, 8, 10 foot slabs in walnut around here, dried. Now that's the other key part, dried. It brings a good dollar. So if he can sell them, I'm very well assured that he can offset the cost of getting this pile of lumber over here for free. I'm tired. We don't normally haul these big slabs around, but we had this stack in the way, so we had to bring them over here. I'm gonna drink coffee, maybe drink a Mountain Dew and shed a tear. We'll be back. Okay guys, welcome back. Matthew and I are done, finally. Let me start out by saying this. Don't try this at home if you're a new wood miser owner. I don't recommend this by any means. What we're cutting was garbage. It's very dangerous. It can jump out of the mill, wad up a blade, hurt you or somebody else. So do it your own discretion. Matthew and I have been doing it for quite a long time, and I feel confident of it. But that being said, I told my wife and I told Matthew just a few minutes ago, if this is what sawmilling was every day, I'd go back to driving a truck. I'd do something different. This is no fun. It's very stressful. We're cutting small pieces. We're cutting crooked pieces. We're cutting right up against the dogs, right up against the stops. I mean, it's stressful. I'm glad to be done with it. That being said, we said we're doing a comparison video between this pile of junk and those 3 big pine logs out there. I'm gonna have to come back on the second video. This has gotten way too long, but I want to go ahead and give you the info on this. The 4-foot stack of pieces here, we ended up with roughly 460, 70 board feet. The stack to my left here, the 11-foot stuff is almost 300 board feet, and we had some 8-foot stuff that ended up 1 inch and 2 inch thick, and that was another 60 board feet. So that pile of mess we got about 830 board feet out of. Now for the math, if I'd sawed this by the board feet versus 4 hours, that's what we got in it. That's no breaks. That's just 4 hours of working, and we worked too hard. We could have slowed down a lot, but I'm doing it by the hour, and what I got paid in 4 hours versus the board feet is about $100 difference. Okay, now if we'd have took a little longer, the difference would have been greater. But Matthew, when we work, just getting it. It's one speed. We was a little slower with a few of these pieces because we're just being careful. But that being said, I'm still not going to short myself $100 in time, and that's what the difference was in this little pile of wood versus if we'd have done it by the board feet. Now, if we'd have been sawing board feet for average lumber, we wouldn't have got 828 board feet. We'd have probably got 300 because we'd have thrown most of it away. But there's lots of parts and pieces that we took the extra time to saw off cookies and slabs, and just because it's walnut and just because the customer wanted it. So take that with a grain of salt. We'll come back in the next video. We'll saw up the pine logs, and we'll show the difference in board feet versus trying to do it by the hour. So guys, we greatly appreciate you watching. If you would, please like, subscribe, and share. Remember, Matthew and Solomon work hard on these videos. They put them out every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 5 o'clock Eastern. Also want to give a shout out to our good buddies at Shearton Park Farms. He's been a great asset to us. Good friend out in Utah, Craig Kilter, as well as Joe Maine. We can't leave Joe Maine out of video. He's been a wonderful asset to this channel. He'll return my phone calls anytime I call him. Talked to him the other day about some stuff for our planer molder build. He's on board with that. Also, Solomon. We'll give a shout out to the Third Beard Fishing Channel. If you get a chance, give him a look, see what he's doing. He's down in Central Florida. If he don't quit fishing all the time, I'm gonna get him a job. But anyway, that's gonna do it, guys, and we'll see you back at the mill.
Thank you for watching. Here's a video selection and a playlist suggestion. Click here to subscribe for more great content. We'll see you at the mill.